Yo, 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 what's good, everybody? Welcome back to A1 Hoop Zone. Back at y'all with another one, man. But before we jump into this, make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Also, if you win anything off these predictions, man, only thing I'm asking for is your participation by hitting that like button, subbing to the channel. Hit me with a comment. Let me know you want some off of it, man. That lets me know I'm doing something right. You know what I mean? Much appreciated. But nonetheless, let's dive into this, man. So we're gonna do a two-part series today. We got 12 games, so we're gonna do obviously the first half on part one and the second half of part two of the video. So keep an eye out for that. But nonetheless, let's dive into the first game of the night. For this one, man, I'm gonna consider this one of the prime games. We got the Portland Trailblazers versus the Cleveland Cavaliers. Blazers sitting at 10-7, Cavs sitting at 11-6. Obviously, noticeable big point for the Trailblazers, man. They're going to be without Damian Lillard, Gary Payton II, and Keon Johnson, and Greg Brown III. Again, Dame and Gary Payton being the two biggest names that's out for them, unfortunately. So that's definitely going to be a huge impact and impact to their strategy and schemes that they have for the game, man. And then on the flip side of things, for the Cavs, man, Karis LeVert is going to be out. Ricky Rubio obviously is out, and Isaiah Mobley is going to be out. Again, the bigger names that's going to be sitting out for that situation. So where does that lead us to, and who do we have? Again, I'm not going to hold you nor take too long to make these picks for this, man, but I'm going to rock out with the Cavs on this one. I still feel that they have, obviously Darius Garland, they have Donovan Mitchell, Kevin Love, Jetty Osman, Allen. I feel that they have without Dame being out there, they have the more complete team. Dame obviously is a big difference maker for that team. We know what he brings to the table, but with him being out, man, I feel like the Trailblazers team is going to be up against a hard spot. Now, I'm not going to count them out due to the fact that they still got Anthony Simons, Jeremy Grant as well. And obviously Nurkic is still there too. And this team plays hard. They're a gritty, competitive team. They fight. They don't give up. So if the Cavs are overlooking them because Dame is out or anything like that, this team can go in there and come out with the win. So they better be on their P's and Q's, man, to make sure that they're focused and stand on point. Next game up, excuse me, after that, we got the Philadelphia 76ers versus Charlotte Hornets. Sixers sitting at 9-8, just coming off of a win that I think everyone had chose picked against them, including myself. To think beating the Nets, full strength Nets versus obviously a very injury littered Philadelphia 76ers team, but Philly came out to win, man. So hats off to them. Gotta give a shout out to them and give them props for that, man. They came out and pulled out the win. Now, with that said, Joel Embiid is still going to be listed, I believe, as out for this particular game. Maxey as well. Obviously, James Harden being out as well too. So again, it's a situation where they're playing without their big names. On the flip side of that, the Charlotte Hornets are going to be without LaMelo and Cody Martin, which are still out. And then what is it? Matisse Thybulle is listed as questionable, but again, Joel, James Harden, Tyrese Maxey are all out for the 76ers, man. So who do we have for this one? I'm gonna rock out with the Charlotte Hornets. I'm gonna go against the grain, even though I think Philly just definitely, again, got one of the toughest wins they had all season, being so injury littered. I think that the Hornets are gonna come out playing inspired basketball. Man, they're gonna get the upset on this one. So I'm gonna rock out with the Charlotte Hornets on this win for this one, man, and we'll see what happens with that. Next up after that, we got the Minnesota Timberwolves sitting at 9-8 versus the Indiana Pacers sitting at 10-6. Tough game. Wolves are coming off of a win as well, which was predicted. They beat the Miami Heat, they beat the Sixers, and they beat the Magic. So they're on the 4-game win streak right now, actually. So they're playing some good basketball now. Can they hold it together, keep it together, and beat the Pacers tonight? It's a tough situation to go into. Pacers are playing at home. Miles Turner is playing, definitely returning to his all-star caliber play. Obviously, you still have Halliburton, Buddy Hield, the rest of those guys there, man. They're competing and playing hard. So who am I going to rock out with this one? I'm gonna go with the Indiana Pacers on this one, man. I think that playing at home and with the way Miles Turner is playing is absolutely going to give Rudy Gobert issues, along with Karl Anthony Towns as well. Just because he can knock down. He can score anywhere on the floor. He's a knockdown big, stretch big, I guess I should say. He can attack the rim. He definitely protects the rim. So they're going to have to compete there. And then obviously for Anthony Edwards, not sure the Pacers really have a true answer for him, but they're going to have to come at him in waves and play him a little differently. And then obviously with Karl Anthony Towns, man, they're going to have to find somebody to deal with that. But I think that this Indiana Pacers team has what it takes to get the dub on this one, man. So I'm going to rock out the Indiana Pacers on this one. Next up after that, man, we got the Kings versus the Hawks. Kings sitting at 10-6, Hawks sitting at 10-7. Very, very tough matchup, man. Very tough matchup. You have two speedy point guards, obviously with De'Aaron Fox for the Kings, and then you got Trae Young for the Hawks, man. And then right behind that, you got DeJounte Murray. Again, speedy, lengthy, smart, can do it all as well. So on the King side of thing, man, again, De'Aaron Fox. Right after them, what name comes right off the bat behind that is Sabonis. Bogdan, I believe, is still out right now, so it's tough situation to kind of see beyond that. So with that one, man, I'm gonna rock out with the Atlanta Hawks on this one, getting the win for tonight's game, man. I think that they'll have a little bit too much for them, so I'm gonna rock out with the Hawks on this one. Next up after that battle in the East, we got the 10-7 Washington Wizards visiting Miami Heat at 7-11. Who do we have here, man? I hate to say it right off the bat, man. The Heat have been super injury littered, unfortunately. I mean, even going into this game, players has been ruled out as of right now. Max Strus, Duncan Robinson, Victor Oladipo, and Jimmy Butler have been ruled out for this game. And I know Gabe Vincent listed as questionable. Let's see, Tyler Hero listed as questionable. Dwayne Dedman listed as questionable. And they've definitely missed some games here just recently as well. With that said, though, man, who am I going to pick for this one? I'm not going to use the injury situation as an outlet for it, because we've seen teams have their players be injured and they still get the dub. But I'm gonna rock out with the Washington Wizards on this one, man. I believe they're playing better basketball. They're playing tougher competition. Bradley Beal's back, and so yeah, I think they'll be able to squeak out the win on this one, man. So I'm gonna rock out with the Washington Wizards to beat the Miami Heat on this one. And then last but not least, man, I think this is going to be the game of the night. The Dallas Mavericks at 9-7 visiting the Boston Celtics sitting at 13-4. Man, this is going to be a tough one. You got Luka Magic coming into the Lucky Charm house, man. Those guys, again, one of the two best tandem backcourts that we have, Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, definitely get the job done, man. And it's definitely a sight to see is when you see these two brothers, get to cooking. It's definitely something good to watch, man. And then obviously they still bring along Brogdon. They still have Marcus Smart, Al Horford. Still waiting on Robin Williams, the third, to get back healthy so he can, rim protect and rim run for lobs. This team has what it takes, man, to definitely get back to the finals and absolutely win it. They got the experience from it, so we will have to see, what happens with that, man. So for this one, who am I going to rock out with? I'm going to go with the Boston Celtics on this one. I think it'll be too much playing at home, and I think they'll come out with the double on this one, improving to 14-4, man. So again, just a quick recap for those that joined late. I got the Cavaliers beating the Trailblazers. I have the Hornets beating the 76ers. I have the Pacers beating the Timberwolves. I have the Hawks beating the Kings. I have the Wizards beating the Heat. And I have the Celtics beating the Mavericks. I'll put that information in the description of the video. Apologize about it being so long, but doing a two-part series here. We have 12 games today, so this is part one, and I'll be working on part two here right afterwards, man. But I appreciate y'all stopping through. That's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit that like button, sub to the channel if you're new. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of y'all. And if you wish to support the channel, that information is flowing at the bottom of the screen. It's also in the description of the video, man. Again, I appreciate you stopping through, and I'll catch you on another one.